الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على النبي الكريم وبعد. Honorable brothers and sisters, Alhamdulillah, we had a very successful marriage conference here in the weekend. We had a lot of attendees from nationally and internationally, online and on site. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept everyone, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all those who have spent a lot of time organizing this. Alhamdulillah. I would like to say a few things here very quickly, if I may, inshallah ta'ala. First of all is that our Sharia, our deen, our religion always encourage us to seek knowledge. Seeking knowledge is basically something that is encouraged so much in our religion. In fact, the very first hadith that Imam At-Tabrizi rahimahullah ta'ala in Kitab al-Adab in Mishkat al-Masabih, he mentions that Sayyidina Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, when Allah created him, he said to him, Ya Adam, idhab ila ulaika an-nafar. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking to Adam after he created him. Adam, get up, stand up and go over there to those people. وَهُمْ نَفَرْ مِنَ الْمَلَائِكَةِ جُلُوسٍ. There was a group of angels, they were sitting there. And he said, go and speak to them, greet them, فَاسْتَمِعْ لِمَا يُحَيُّونَكَ, and listen to their reply. Listen to the reply they give you. Ulama, they said, have you seen? The very first command of Allah to Adam was, stand up, leave your comfort zone, travel over there to seek knowledge, and listen to the reply as well. So seeking knowledge is something very strongly considered and encouraged, you could say, in our religion. When it comes to seeking knowledge, we don't discriminate. We learn from everybody. We learn from male, from female, from young, from old. You know, we have a chapter in the books of hadith, Mustalah al-Hadith, the Ulum al-Hadith books that we study, terminology of hadith. It's a very beautiful chapter. It said, Riwayatul Akabir Anil Asagir. Like, name of those scholars that who were very old and they went to young people and they learned knowledge. You know, and it's amazing, like, you know, to encourage that when it comes to knowledge, you know, old goes to young, you know, young goes to old. This is obviously we know, but all elderly people, people of seniority, they're going and learning as well. And there's no limit when it comes to knowledge. I mean, there's no end. At what age you should stop seeking knowledge? You know, we don't have that. In fact, we all heard, utlubul ilm min al-mahdi ila al-lahdi. It's not a hadith. It's not a hadith, but it's a very strong statement. It's a very true statement. Seek knowledge from cradle to grave. So we don't stop, basically. Imam al-Bukhari rahmatullah alayhi, he quotes the saying of Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu in his Sahih al-Bukhari, that Umar ibn al-Khattab said, تَفَقَّهُ قَبْلَ أَن تُصَوَّدُوا. He said, seek knowledge before you become responsible. So when you become responsible, like you're a father or you're working or you're occupied, seeking knowledge becomes very difficult. I think everyone will here agree, right? But Imam al-Bukhari thought people might misunderstand this. People might misunderstand the statement of Umar ibn al-Khattab. Umar ibn al-Khattab saying basically, take use of your young time, youth time, seek knowledge quickly. But Imam al-Bukhari thought people might think that once you become responsible, you should not seek knowledge. So Imam Bukhari enters. He goes, قال Abu Abdullah. That's his own name. Abu Abdullah would like to add in the statement of Umar, وَبَعْدَ أَن تُسَوَّدُوا, and even after you become responsible. So don't stop. This is Imam al-Bukhari. He, not every single time he intervenes or interjects when he makes a statement. When he quotes a hadith, he very rarely he speaks. If he quotes a sahabi, he doesn't speak much because he doesn't the chapter heading. But here, he straight away said, قَالَ Abu Abdullah, because he feared that people might misunderstand him. He said, even after you become responsible, you need to seek knowledge. And what is knowledge? And why the Prophet ﷺ made seeking knowledge compulsory? The Prophet ﷺ said, طَلَبُ الْعِلْمِ فَرِيضَةٌ عَلَى كُلِّ مُسْلِمٍ. Seeking knowledge is an obligation on every Muslim. So what is knowledge anyway? You know, the Greek philosophers, they debated this very, very long time. I would like to give only two examples. Some of them, because we don't always listen to what Greek philosophers have to say. But anyway, just very old discussion. The Greek philosophers, they say, knowledge is something that you could visualize. And if something you could visualize, you could seek only those kind of knowledge. Because they said, Al-ilmu huwa as-suratu al-hasilatu min ash-shay'i 'inda al-'aql. That's their definition. Then comes another philosopher and he says, anything that you could memorize, that's knowledge. And that's something that you should seek. So they say, for example, Al-hadir 'inda al-mudrik. That's the definition of knowledge. Anything that is present in your mind that you could recall, that's what knowledge is. Our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said these, basically saying these are all nonsense basically. What is knowledge? Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a. That's the knowledge. Knowledge is, oh Allah, I ask you for knowledge that is beneficial. Anything that benefits you in this life and in the hereafter, whoever you hear it from, that's the knowledge. Because you heard the statement, it's a hadith but it's actually weak. Al-hikmatu dallatul mu'min. Knowledge of and words of wisdom, the statement of wisdom is the last property of the believer. حَيْثُمَا وَجَدَهَا فَهُوَ أَحَقُّ بِهَا. Wherever he finds it, then that's his own. He deserves it more. This is his right. He should get it. So we don't discriminate when it comes to knowledge. We learn from male, we learn from female, we learn from young, we learn from old, we learn from Muslim and non-Muslim. Why? Because anything that benefits me in the dunya and akhirah, I should be looking after. I deserve more to learn this. So inshallah ta'ala, this is very important. We need to have more and more brothers and sisters attending. We have a habit of attending online, but we should be on site like the traditional way, inshallah ta'ala. I have two more questions, which I'm going to I've taken a lot of time. I didn't know my intro will be so long. I'll mention on Thursday, inshallah ta'ala. I have been asked two questions. Number one is that, is it permissible for men to sit in front of a woman and look at the face of a woman and learn? So is the face of the woman awra? And number two is that, what about the voice of the woman? Her sound, is it awra? Awra should be covered and concealed. I think that needs a detailed answer. I'll do that inshallah in the next Khatira on Thursday. Jazakumullah khairan.